Hey everybody, it's Wintermute. This one won't be long. I'm going to talk about Cowboy Bebop, the live action adaptation on Netflix. Okay, here's the thing. When it comes to a live action adaptation, if you're going to do that, then you need to have something to offer that wasn't there or you just need, there needs to be something new or original that you need to offer that the original animation didn't have. I actually enjoyed the live action remake of Beauty and the Beast from Disney. I know it's going to sound weird, but I actually enjoyed it. I thought there were elements to it that I'm like, okay, this actually, okay, it works. I get this. I know it wasn't a great movie, but I think overall they did a good job. And it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember enjoying it and saying, I get this. This is different enough that it made sense. You know what? We have a vision of something that is different than the animation that we're going to be able to pull off in live action. Okay, great. And that's anytime you are going to do a live action of something that was originally animated, you should be asking yourself that question. And if you can't really come up with a good answer, you probably shouldn't do it. And I really wish the people who made this Cowboy Bebop adaptation had asked themselves that question. Because it really doesn't do anything for the series. I just watched it last night, and I already knew some of the criticisms that were floating around about it. And I think they're pretty spot on so far from what I've seen from other critics. The acting was actually really good. The main actors did a good job across the board. I know some people were a little not so thrilled with the actress who played Faye Valentine. I cannot think of her name. I thought she was okay. Yeah, they didn't give her enough to work with. But the guy who played Spike, good job. Good. I get it. I get it. And the guy who played Jet, man, wow. He just nailed it, man. Oh, man. The voice, the mannerisms, everything, man, he just nailed it. I can't remember his last, but I think his first name is Mustafa. I can't think of, oh God. I wish I'd looked his name up before this. And I really enjoyed him as the villain in season 2 of Luke Cage. And I was a huge fan of Luke Cage. But yeah, he just nailed it. So kudos to the actors. They really worked, did as good a job as they could. Unfortunately, the support to elevate the entire show up beyond their performances wasn't there. I really I went in with very low expectations, because I'm a big fan of the original anime. Absolutely love it. And so I went in with very low expectations, but high hopes. I wanted to like it. I'm like, oh, please be good. And the first little bit, I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I can see what they're going for. I can see what they're doing here. I can get into this. But then it just stalls out. It just stalls out. It doesn't have the same heart. It doesn't have the same feel, the same soul as the original anime. They focused way too much on these characters' personal storylines. That was a mistake. Oddly enough, that was a mistake. You wouldn't think that would be the mistake. But it turns out it is. It just, they needed to focus more on the bounties themselves, because the original anime was the characters' personal stories were very low key. There were tidbits here and there, and then occasionally they would go, okay, well, here's the episode where we're gonna kind of move this one plot along, or complete it. And but the series isn't going to spend a whole lot of time on the character stories up until we're going to give them a couple minor plot points, then a small story arc, and then at the end we're going to kind of wrap up with Spike's big denouement, kind of to finish up his storyline. And it actually kind of worked. And the show was very good at being different genres at once. And the live action adaptation tried to do that as well. And they were somewhat successful with that. And I already know a lot of people have said that the kind of cop noir drama episode where they go into Jet's backstory is kind of a standout episode for a lot of people. And that's because I feel they did do a good job with it. Even the music was so different than the rest of the show. It still fit, but it was different enough. And you know this was that like classic, private eye, noir, detective type thing. And it was a good episode. It was an enjoyable episode. And it followed a lot of the same beats as the original one. There were some bad decisions made about some of the plotting. And the way they kind of executed it. But overall, it's still, and I do like that about the series, about the original series, is it could, this episode's going to be a little more cyberpunk. This episode's going to be a little more just space opera. This episode's just going to be more space western. This episode's going to be a crime drama. This episode's going to be kind of like a detective noir drama. And it works. It works. This live action series, though, there was just no point to do it. There was no point to make it. There was no point to make it. And that's a shame. But really, like I said, they should have asked themselves, what in doing it live action are we going to be able to bring to people that they will kind of reinvigorate this IP, bring it to a new generation, and get people excited about it and into it. And I don't think they really understood. I don't. Which is a shame. I will watch season 2, I'm assuming it will get made. I will watch season 2, and I will give it a fair shake. I mean, hell, I put myself through part 2 of He-Man Revelations. Wow, that was painful. But this is nowhere near that level of bad. This is just disappointing. It's like, you guys just aren't quite nailed. You're just off. The writing is off. The pacing is off. The plots are off. Yeah, so I'll give season 2 a fair shot, but it's season 1, unfortunately, and some of the reviewers are saying if you've never seen the original show, you will probably watch this and go, oh, that wasn't too bad, and that's fair. But for people who have watched the original show, watch this and go, wow. Started off okay, and then just and fizzled, and it's just so no. No, it just doesn't work. On its own feet, it's okay, but when you know that the original is out there and it's so much better. Wow, is it better? That's unfortunate. So watch it, but take it with a grain of salt. So, winter mute out.